Good morning, everyone. Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is Saturday, the 23rd of December 2023. And just as I'm getting ready, used to saying 2023, we're getting ready to go into a new year. So, yay! All right. Why a group? That's going to be the name of this video. Okay. Why a group? Why do you need a group? And I love the arguments when people say, well, it's just going to be me and my family. Just me and my family, nobody else. Don't work, folks. Don't always work. It might in some circumstances. I've seen more people fight in families than any other way. The infighting, the power struggle, the control, all those type of things. In families, it happens all the time. So, yeah, that's going to probably work out great for you. The thing is, or they think they're going to do a lone wolf in it. With a group of people, there's so many advantages of having a group. Number one, many hands make light work. I'm sure you guys have heard that before. Back in the day, there used to have huge families, 8, 9, 10, 12 kids, because the more kids you had, it was more things you could do. You could put tasks to the younger ones, the older ones, or watching the youngest ones, and there's always something to do. But we don't do that anymore in our society. We don't have that many children. Let me rephrase. Responsible people that take care of their children themselves, for the most part, not all, don't have large families anymore, just because of the affordability issues of that. But having a group, and I've talked about many aspects of having a group. I'm just going to lay down some of the important highlights. Get up here. If you get hurt and you're unable to do anything around the homestead. Like, I'll give you an example. The chickens over here, right? I got the chickens over here. They don't care. They don't care if you're sick, if you don't feel good. They still need to be let out every day. They still need to be fed. They still need to be taken care of. Their water needs to be changed. So it doesn't matter how sick you are. That's a chore that has to be done every single day. So if you're down in bed and you are really, really sick, well, who's going to pick up that slack for you? With having a group, there's other people to pick up the slack, give you the opportunity to rest and recover from whatever sickness that you have. Here's another aspect of having a group that's really important. You cannot stay up 24 hours a day. Somebody, especially in an SHTF situation, needs to be awake at all times. Okay, so if you have a group, you can rotate the time that people are up, so people again are getting proper rest. Proper rest is the key to not getting sick. So when you're overextending yourself and you're not getting enough rest, you're going to be more susceptible to getting sick. So with enough people, you can rotate watches. People can be on watch where you can go ahead and put your head down and rest and feel confident that you're going to be able to be okay. All right. The next aspect of it, when you have a larger group, you have diversity in your group. And what do I mean by that? People bring many different skill sets to a group. You have carpenters, plumbers, medical people that know wild edibles, people that, can cook, all those different things that, when you have a group, you got a lot of different backgrounds of people coming in and bringing things to the table. The other advantage that I believe, and I think is one of the most important things in a group, is many different ways of looking at resolving a situation. So what do I mean by that? So if I'm looking at my problem and I say I have an issue with my solar system, right? And you got 3-4 different people that have, knowledge in that field and worked with solar and those type of things. You go, okay, what can we do to fix this, to rectify the situation? And by myself, I may look at one aspect and look at it one way, but with different people having different ideas, other people can say, well, if we did this or if we did that, and then the third person, and you can come to a consensus and an agreement, which is going to be the most effective way and the best way to do things. And that's, like I said, that's important as well. Having different ways of looking at things and having different people's ideas and that input, I think that's really, really important. Now you have to come to a consensus and a decision of what is the best way. I'll leave that up to your discretion to figure out how to do that. You could do a committee. It has to be an odd number of people. So if you have a 3-man or woman committee, and they, whatever decisions, prioritizing what needs to be done. Again, with a bunch of people in a group, the tasks are not going to take as long to get things done. Woodworking, cutting up firewood. Well, if you're by yourself and you're in the woods, how are you going to keep watch, cut firewood, split the wood, get it up the hill, get it to where you need to get that firewood to be? How are you doing all those things? Well, if you have a larger group, stay up here. If you have a larger group of people, you're going to be able to bang out a project that you're working on rather quickly. Again, like I said, many hands make light work. So, getting tasks done, things are going to get done a lot faster. And so you're going to have more downtime, more free time, if you will, to pursue other things that you want to do. There's always going to be tasks. There's always going to be chores, especially in an SHTF situation. If you have, 8 people burning wood stoves, you're going to go through some wood. So, have you planned ahead for that? Have you gotten ready? Have you prepared? Have you done those things that you need to do to be able to sustain that many people all burning wood stoves? And the thing is, you definitely want to be spread out. You don't want to be on top of each other for the simple fact that when that time comes, you're going to have to, put more people in a building than you would have hoped to do so. Like an example, the little cabin down here, right? 10 by 16. That's Bruce and Johnson's building. Well, it's for the 2 of them, and they go in there and they do their thing. But now SHTF has happened. They got a wood stove, let's say, and they got it set up a little bit. You might have to put 2 more people in there. Dave's place around the corner back here, you might have, he's got a pretty big building. He's got a 12 by 32. You might have to put extra people in there. Rob's building over here, extra people in there. Extra people in the camper. I could sleep 4 more people in the camper besides myself if I had to. We have the Wolf's Lair. Again, it's another building that we could put people to have enough room to spread people out so you don't have, and of course when we have the pavilion, which we could utilize, obviously it would be utilized for lunch and all those type of things as well, but if you had to have another place for people to sleep out of the weather, there you go. So the more diverse you are, the more planning. Didn't even think about the deer blind as well. We could, if we had to fit more people in there. So with having more buildings in here now, it gives us more options. Where when we had the deer blind in place or being, worked on, we were working on the pavilion, and I had the camper. That doesn't give us a whole lot of options. I mean, I know Sandy had her tent here. Bruce and Johnson also have their tent down there. But, again, if you have a large number of people, you don't want to pile everybody up on top of each other. It's just not a good thing. It's a recipe for disaster. But with proper planning, you can get a lot of things done. With a larger group, there's so many advantages of that. There is safety in numbers. That's another one. A band of marauders of, let's say, there's 12 guys that are going around and looting and burning and you know, and hurting people and doing those type of stuff. Well, if they come up against a well-organized group that's ready for them, they're not going to stick around for that. They're going to go off and look for a softer target. So, you know, that's encourages people not to be stupid. So, you know, there's, like I said, a lot of advantages of having a group. I would highly encourage you to get involved with a group, because if you don't do it now, you will afterwards for survival reasons, and it may not be the type of group that you want to be in, but you're going to do what you have to do to survive. I would rather be in a position where I could pick the people that I want to be around right now. And that's why we have the group that we do. We are choosing the people that we want to have around us. So anyway, guys, I'm going to jump off of here for now. Remember, we truly are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. As soon as we can figure that one out, we're going to be in much, much better shape. Also remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important, and we tell the people that we care about every day how we feel. Last but not least, STD. Step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you are trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one stopping you from achieving your goals is you. That's it, nobody else. Stay positive, stay away from the negativity, and you're going to be just fine. I hope you all have a great day, and I will talk to you later. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.